Hello everyone. Just sharing out that I'm live. Alright, today we're doing the 4-wheel drive and the MR challenge. Alright, so we're going to do the MR challenge here. It's 3 events. I'm going to use the 787B. It should be a piece of cake. I think this car's just going to obliterate these other guys. There's road cars in here. Wow. Yeah. It's me easy cups. Car likes to step out on cold tires there. Some understeer through that. This car likes to go in the 4-wheel slide sometimes. It's almost like GT Sport. Wow, and then there it just felt weird. Yeah, more 4-wheel slides. Sometimes it feels like there's too much downforce on the rear, and then other times it feels like I have none. It just feels really awkward. This car is very unstable. I don't really know what I need to do to it. It just feels really weird. Maybe I need to raise the ride height. Maybe it's too low. Wow. Sometimes you feel really confident throwing the car in, and other times it just understeers like that, or it hits a bump and it's a very unbalanced car. Like that 4-wheel slide through there, but then other times you'll oversteer like that. Since the AI have such easy cars, I might switch up what car I use, just to make it more fun. See, there we go, hit a bump and it's just unstable. And it just breaks way too much. Like, it's just weird. Four-wheel slide every time through that corner. And then over that crest, it just oversteers into the mountain. It just feels really awkward to drive. Another 4-wheel slide. I've driven this car many times and it's felt great. But just right now, it doesn't. This is really the only corner it feels good on. It's a medium speed, banked, wide corner. Probably the easiest one. Yeah, see? Just unpredictable. Car sounds great at high revs though. Wow. I really think the car might be too low. Any bump, it just upsets. I don't think it's a downforce problem. Maybe I'll drive the Zonda race car I got the other day. After this race. Seems like it could be more fun. With four-wheel slides and unpredictability. I don't even know what to do anymore, man. This car just sucks. I might have to just rehaul the whole setup eventually. Because it didn't used to drive like this. I did something in the setup at some point and ruined it. Rip the Lotus. I'm surprised that a Ford GT's ahead of the Zonda. It looks like he's way ahead. Third and fourth are battling hard, but second is quite ahead of them at Ford. Understeer, oversteer, full slides. Another four-wheel slide. This car just, I don't know what I did to it. Just feels really awkward and different than what it used to in past races. Might have to lower the rear downforce, raise the ride height, maybe change the braking. Wow, the Zonda's in fourth. Oh wait, there's two of them, that's why. I'm just surprised the Ford GT's a bit faster than the Zonda. Alright, let's try this on the race car. That might handle better. Just make it more fun to drive. Alright, I've never driven this Honda race car, so I gotta do some upgrades to it, maybe. Or maybe not. It was pretty easy to beat them. And they all had road cars. We'll see how much this will do. Oh! Wow, that's a lot of horsepower. I don't feel like I need that much to beat this cup. I feel like that's overkill. And they already had mediums purchased, so that's good. Oh man, that 787 would have felt awful around the corkscrew with the elevation change, the way I had it set up. Yikes. Same car list. Should be pretty easy, even without that 500 horsepower upgrade. Mid-engine, so we gotta reduce wheel spin there. Maybe raise that a little bit for stability. I think we can shorten this up a little bit. Well, just not too much. We'll see how it is after this race. Want all the downforce we can get. Alright, let's hope this works. We got two Zondas, a red GT, an Esprit again, and a rough. Ugly green convertible rough. Wow, this thing likes to rotate on throttle. But no wheel spin. It just likes to rotate. Wonder how they'll be once the tires warm up. Wow, this thing just sticks. It's incredible. A little bit of snappiness, braking and acceleration, but on the mid and high speed corners it just digs into the ground and stays. I can lower the gearing a lot. I feel like second out of that corner is good instead of first. Maybe I can just lower the top ends. Yeah, I can see why this car is known as one of the best cars in the game now. It just digs and holds the corner on the high speeds. Through here, it's kind of sketchy though, through the low speed and elevation changing. But through a corner like that, like wow, I don't even have to, like, I can't even extend all the way out because it just turns too well. I'm not even extending out on the exit. This track's always been beautiful in GT. GT 5 and 6, it looked kind of stale. That's just because the time of day just didn't look really good. It was like a clear day in the very noon, and it was just kind of boring. But in sport, it looks beautiful at some times of day, and especially in this game, at the sunset. You gotta brake a little earlier through there. Might be able to get away with a little bit less rear downforce. Ooh. It doesn't like those low speeds. It has no mechanical grip. It's all aero grip, it seems. Ah, missed it. Keep feeling like I need to correct the car. And then I do, and then I just miss the apex. I just gotta believe in it. Kinda cut that. Yeah, it really doesn't like the elevation change there at all. Oh, I missed the pit. So what's the pit there? Initial bite isn't very good, so that corner kind of sucks. That's the way to do it. I just have to really slow it up there. Baby it through the elevation and then throttle out. Oh, I forgot to pit again. Hey Chicane, how you doing? I'm doing some MR challenge in the Professional Cup with the Zonda race car. Ah, the elevation change through there just really upsets this car. Yeah, I'm doing good too. I saw you started streaming again yesterday. That was really cool. I wasn't able to make it to it, but hopefully I can in the future. Oh yeah. I'm glad you can join and watch for a little bit. I was finally able to figure out how to get my HD PVR stuff set up. I was trying to stream Gran Turismo 5, but it wasn't really liking the PS3. So I figured I would try to set it up with my PS2, as I really screwed that up. And I got GT3 to work, and I was like, well, why not? Some of these longer events could get kind of boring by myself. Might as well stream it for someone at least. Plus, this game's really fun. car almost corners too good. At times. Sometimes it doesn't like it, and sometimes it does. And it really does not like this corkscrew. So I gotta like really baby it through here. I think I'm going to try the 1200 horsepower upgrade next. Just to see how it is. Because that sounds insane for this car. It might be too much though. I can only imagine the braking for 1200 horsepower. I might just put the 800 horsepower one on instead. Because I don't need 1200 for sure. That's like a lot. Alright, there's that cup. Or no, I just have one more race in this cup. Let's try the 800 horsepower. Welcome everyone. Just doing some MR Cup on Professional League. We started out with a 787B, but it was driving really awkwardly, so I switched to the Zonda race car, and it honestly is really good. So this upgrade takes you to 1200 horsepower. Pretty much doubles your horsepower. Way too much, I think. Maybe for the future that would be fun to use, but for this cup, I feel like this one gaining 200 would be enough. 900 horsepower. It's pretty good. I'm gonna do this one. I was gonna buy a harder tire, but I don't need to. I think we should lower the front stabilizer by a click. Maybe lower the ride height a little bit. And the spring rate a little bit lower. And lower that, the acceleration. Get a little bit less oversteer out of the corners. Alright, let's see how it drives with 200 more horsepower now. Oh, so it looks like one of the Zondas changed to a second rough. The rest of the cars are the same. Ooh, it's really snappy right now. I hope it's just the cold tires. Ooh. Wow. And then I just plowed off. Might have just ruined the car. Flat out through there feels really nice. Oh, this race is 15 laps. The last have been 10. Car still doesn't like the low speeds. I gotta not be afraid of oversteer, because if I countersteer, it has too. See, I did it again. It has too much grip. If I countersteer, it just misses the apex even more. I just gotta keep my foot in it. Just believe in the car. It just feels weird because whenever you just get that oversteer, you always want to countersteer, but just gotta believe in this car. If you get the oversteer, just keep your foot in it. It's going in the four-wheel slides like the 787B was. Counter steered again. I'm just overcorrecting on the oversteers, and it just feels really weird to not do that. There it goes again. I think it drove better last race for sure. Yep, there's the four-wheel slide. Alright, I have to work on this car after this race. Or next time I drive it. Because adding that power and messing with the tune messed with it a lot. These S's feel nice, going flat out. That's about it. Every other corner just throws the car off balance. This one feels alright, the last two corners. It's just really difficult to drive a car really quickly when you don't know what it's going to do. That was a good lap. I'm gonna try to do this one stop instead of two. Man, this corner just four-wheel slides the whole way. Oh, that hurt. Tire's dead. I'm gonna two-stop it instead. Tires wore out too quickly. Alright, got new tires. There's the four-wheel slide again into the dirt. Corner, who knows? So after this race, we're heading over to the four-wheel drive cup. I'll drive the Subaru Impreza touring car. Coming up on this Esprit really quickly to lap him. Kinda wish this car was in GT Sport. Wonder how it'd feel with its physics. Got both roughs right here, back to back. The last lap was a 104. That was really, really smooth. Even while passing 2 cars to lap them. I think this one might even be faster. If I didn't screw it up. Yikes. Tried too hard there. Pitting in here. Don't want to go that extra lap when the tire turns red. Kills you. See if we can lap that Ford GT before the end of the race. Alright, we'll have to relap the Zonda here. Should be easy work. Ooh, he crossed me over. Ah, broke too late. Dang it. Trying too hard to just do fast laps here. Driving 102%. There's another mistake. Alright, this next lap will be my best. Until I mess it up. Pretty good so far. Oh, we're lapping the Esprit for a second time, so that means the GT lapped the Esprit. That usually doesn't happen. He's gonna be... No, he wasn't in my way. That's good. Alright, let's see. Will this be our personal best? While we lap the field? No, slightly slower. Wow, aggressive lines through there. They're in the grass. I try to sail it through there too much. With the decreasing radius, you can't just sail your car into that corner. End up in the dirt. Probably could have had the best lap on that final lap, but flubbed it. Alright, what car will we get here? Is that a ZZ2? Interesting. Alright, 4-wheel drive cup next. This should be another easy one. Yeah, it was a ZZ2. Cool. Oh, it's Le Mans or Impreza LM race car, not touring car. That's what I'm going to be driving here. Let's see. So after this one, we can try probably Turbo Sports. Finish that up. Had some difficulty with it before for some reason. So we'll try that. Wow, these cars are slow that we're going to be facing, and my car is not. I was going to change something, but now I forgot. Oh, it's the tires. See what tires we're on. Mediums? Yeah. This should be a really easy race. Goodbye, everyone. Ah, I've always hated this S to reverse. Oh, man. Overcorrected and slammed the wall. Good thing there's no damage in this game. This is one of my favorite cars to drive in this game. Probably one of my favorite in the franchise. What are some of your guys' favorite cars? Interested to know. Hello. Hey Nat. How you doing? As I read the chat in the middle of a corner. We're doing the 4-wheel drive cup here in the Subaru LM race car. And we're facing road cars. For some reason in the professional cup they have road cars still. I didn't think they would. I thought this would be a really hard cup, but it is not. As we pass a Legacy in a full-out race car. Understeer. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Just getting closer to getting 100% on this game finally. And trying to make my tires last. Once they turn red, they don't turn anymore. The tires fall off a cliff once they hit red. It's incredible how bad they get. Yikes. Yeah, I didn't know that would happen there. Yeah, Route 5 is a good track. I like the forward version better, but reverse is good too. Yeah, don't hit the wall. That's not what you want to do. I would advise against it. I like how the pit goes under like a tunnel here. It's really cool. Not really a tunnel, but it goes under a bridge. Cold tires never feel good. I think before you joined that, I was asking what people's favorite cars are in Gran Turismo. I said this is one of my favorite to drive in the whole franchise, so I was wondering what everyone else's is. Yeah, Tokyo Expressway. I would much prefer this track over any Tokyo Expressway layout. Yeah, it does have the pit exit of the Tokyo Expressway, kind of. But this track just feels more lively and just straight up better than any of the Tokyo Expressways in my opinion. I really wish some of these cups would, you know, put us against race cars. Just to make it more fun. I mean, I don't want to drive a R32 stock just to have fun with the AI. Especially when I'm at the end game. Like, I've almost finished Professional Cup at this point. I mean, you're expected to have race cars like this. Especially since they're prize cars you get for free earlier in the game. Hey, Dez. Yeah, the social stage tracks were awesome. I really hope they come back. I hope they come back in like the PS2 style too, because the PS3 style was cool, like the way they looked, but just the vibe didn't feel the same. It just felt less lively. Like, I love the graphics they had for them. They looked really good on PS3, but they just didn't have the same atmosphere. Oh, you like the FTO? The FTO LM. I don't think I've ever driven that one. Is that one a PS1 car? I don't think that's in GT3. Yeah, Endurance Workhouse. Yeah, GT1 and GT2. Yeah, that was in the PS1. Yeah, I was too young to remember PS1 Gran Turismo stuff. I remember playing them, but I don't remember anything from them specifically like that. I'm trying to take care of my tires for the last lap because they'll turn red. This track seems a lot longer than it actually is in terms of lap time. Like, it feels like a really long track, but then you look up and it's almost like midfield and Apricot Raceway lap times. Hey Marty, how you doing? Glad you guys can join me. Oh man, once that tire hits that orange state, it sucks. Ooh, it's really bad, the tires. I feel like I passed that guy the same exact way both times I lapped this guy. On that same corner. He went too deep and I just cut under him. Alright, well. Tires red, race 1. There's a race mod for the normal FTO. Yeah, probably in GT2. Probably what was happening. They're amazing when they release. Oh, the bugged GT2 discs, yeah. Yeah, special stage 5 with rain. Yeah, that's in GT3. I mean, it's not really rain, it's just wet, but it's pretty fun to have, you know, rain in a PS2, like an early PS2 game. Oh, feel satisfied hearing me. I guess it's nothing special, but you know. I'm just glad I got my streaming stuff working and I'm able to actually do it, because I wanted to finish this game eventually. I mean, this is my old save that I've had forever, and I wanted to finish it, but doing all the races alone just kind of bores me sometimes, so. So now I'm able to stream it and do some of these tedious events where, you know, I'm racing mid-level road cars in a LM race car in a professional cup, of all things. It's more interesting to be able to do it with you guys over here. Like I said, I can race this in like an R32 or something, but I just feel it wouldn't be interesting. Like almost like manufacturing drama at that point. I also found it interesting that this track is almost like at noon when you drive it in forward, but in reverse it's like at sunset. Because in reverse there's a lot less visibility on this track. Like it's really hard to see at some points. Hit the wall there. Shoot. But yeah, when you drive them in forwards, you can like kind of see the whole track. But when you drive it in reverse, there's a lot of shadows. Like this whole corner is in shadow. I think streaming FIA on GT Sport just isn't really interesting to stream. Because you got to put all your focus into racing at a top level. And if you're focusing, you can't focus on, you know, entertaining the stream. Like here, I'm able to read the chat in race, but whenever I'm reading the chat, like, I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing on the road and messing up a lot. And I wouldn't be able to do that in FIA, obviously. And plus, FIA kind of lost its charm, in my opinion. I don't really do it anymore. Plus, I don't really have as big of an audience as some of the guys who do stream FIA. So if I were to do it, I feel it would just be counterproductive. Trying to like fight with them at the same time and whatnot. And besides, I think streaming these old games is more fun anyway. Because you guys get to relive your nostalgia while I'm obviously reliving it by playing it. And really enjoying it because these games are extremely fun. Once I finish Gran Turismo 3, I'm going to go and do a whole playthrough of Gran Turismo 4 because I've never actually done a playthrough of it before. I've played it a bit, not as much as I probably should have, but I've never done an actual like simulation mode playthrough. I remember I used to hate Deep Forest for some reason, but now that I haven't had it for a few years, and I've gone back and driven it in a bunch of GT games, it's really become one of my favorite tracks, especially Reverse. Deep Forest Reverse is a masterpiece. Ooh. I always mess up this corner and forwards version. Tires are falling off. Yeah, I do have an Instagram page, but I don't really know if I should like combine that page with my personal stuff. I don't know, I feel like that should just be strictly for like Gran Turismo news kind of things instead of Redline Racer stuff as well. That's just how I've always kind of felt about it, because people come there for the news, not for my personal stuff. I might try it though, if it really would. As I mess up that corner again. But if it really would expand myself, I might have to give it a try. Red tires. Should have got harder tires for this cup. No, I've never done GT4 simulation mode. I've always wanted to. Yeah, 24-hour stream. I don't know. I would probably do like 6 hours at a time, and like just leave it on pause and stop the stream and come back to it at some like the next day. I know in GT5, I was gonna say GT6 as well, but they don't even have 24-hour races. But I know in GT5 you can like save the race and like turn your stuff off and then come back and do it. But I don't think GT4 had that feature. I mean, I've never done it, but I'm pretty sure it didn't. You guys can let me know on that. Because I definitely would not want to do 24 hours straight through, unless it's for like a charity stream or something. You guys are chatting faster than I can read it. Alright, let's see. You're 60% doing some cleanup and fun races on GT4. 2,000 days, wow. I only have about 350 on this game. And I thought that was a lot. 2,000 on GT4, that's insane, dude. And you're only at 60%? How long is that game? Is that... like... Man, that's crazy. I wouldn't think that game would be like 4,000 days long or something. Boink. Oh, right. GT4 had B-Spec. I forgot you can switch to B-Spec in that game. So, in the 24-hour races, yeah, you could just switch to B-Spec. That's an interesting thing I forgot happens in that game. Yeah, I deserve penalties for like every turn in this game almost. Yeah, the last corner I almost cut every time. I don't try to, it just happens. Because then when I don't, that happens and it's just not worth my time. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I forgot that there was B-Spec, but I was thinking just pause it and leave it. Don't leave the race, but just leave the system on pause and then come back and do it at some other time. I also need to figure out how to get my the chat that you guys put, how to get that up on stream, so people who watch back these can read what you guys are typing as well. Because I feel just having the game on here and then just my commentary and not understanding what's happening that I'm talking about would just be kind of confusing. I tried to like give as much background as what you guys are saying, but sometimes it's not enough. I don't really understand how I used to despise this track. Like, it used to be one of my least favorites, but now it's really up there in one of my top 5. I don't know what changed, but well, this is the lap where my tires die, so I gotta be careful. There it goes. Boink. God. Yeah, it might. I don't really understand everything needed for it either. I was really struggling to be able to get it to work in the first place. I got it to work and I didn't really mess with anything else. So, at least it works. Don't rechat and drive, you'll hit the pit wall, kids. Yeah, I always seem to hit the pit wall. It's a bad habit. Not really, I've never usually done it. I'm just kind of reading chat and doing these things. Ooh. Car just lingered through that corner. I don't even know who's leading this race anymore. Oh wait, I'm leading the race. Who's in second? That's what I meant. A Lancer in front of a Skyline? That's interesting. Ah, died. Is this another Lancer? That's an Impreza. Or a WRX more specifically. They're both ahead of a Skyline. That's very interesting to me. I want to know why some races are 10 laps and some are 12, even though like the tracks are about the same length, and it's just kind of random on what they choose to be. Thanks for the broom, Ethan. I appreciate it. It's gonna help me with my clean sweep of these road cars. Ah, just plowed. Yeah, Broom is Ethan's favorite track. Why are people pitting on the last lap? That might give the Skyline... Oh, nope, Skyline's pitting too. I was gonna say might give Skyline second place. But then he pit. Everyone's pitting. Not very intelligent. For artificial intelligence. My favorite track, probably Apricot Hill. More specifically, Gran Turismo 6 Apricot Hill, I think is the best. No, the AI has not been smart. Especially when they make them, when the developers for some reason make them have road cars in like the professional league. I love on Trial Mountain where they all hit the mountain, like they all extend the track and like hit the mountain off one of the corners. I always found that funny. But yeah, my favorite track probably Apricot Hill. I like Apricot Hill. Grand Valley East, forward and reversed. Deep Forest reverse a lot. Yeah. I'm not really fond of Trial Mountain that much. It's a fun track, but it's alright. I like Rome in Gran Turismo 5 and 6. I think that Rome's really fun. Madrid as well in Gran Turismo 5 and 6. Route 246 is pretty good. Special Stage 5 on PS2, really fun. And I like the beta version of Dragon Trail in the closed beta. For some reason, the closed beta Dragon Trail felt better than the released Dragon Trail. Couldn't tell you why, it just felt more fun. And I like Maggiore. Maggiore East, I think, or maybe West. The one that has the hairpin turn. But not... The one that turns after like the first two corners, then it turns into like, it takes the shortcut. That's my favorite Maggiore. That's probably one of my favorite in GT Sport. In terms of original tracks. And of course I love all the ovals because I'm a NASCAR guy, so. I slay on ovals. It is 5 in the morning, dude. Good to see you. I raced the Zonda we won the other day. It's kind of crazy, especially since there's an upgrade that makes it double its horsepower. But now I'm racing the Subaru. And next up, we're doing Turbo Sports Cup, so. I only have 2 races to do there because I got gold on one of them already. Alright, so this is the final race in this cup. Which prize car am I going to get? I'm pretty sure it's not a prize wheel. I think it's just a singular prize car, but I don't really know what it is. Don't tell me, don't tell me. If it's a prize wheel, tell me, but if it's not, don't tell me. I want to be surprised. It's probably going to be a road car since that's what I'm facing. Probably give me like an R32 or a WRX or something. Man of culture? Yeah. Man of culture meaning like what? What did I say? What made me a man of culture in your opinion? The tracks I like? Yeah, the tracks I really dislike. I really dislike Cape Ring. There's like one section of Cape Ring that's phenomenal and the rest of it just is terrible. What other original tracks do I dislike? Alsace in GT Sport, I really hate. Special Stage 11, probably my least favorite track in existence. I don't really know besides that. I like Autumn Ring Mini. Autumn Ring Mini is a good track too. I left that out. You loved Cape Ring? Ah, I hated Cape Ring. Especially the 360. Like, I don't know, I like realistic tracks. And to me, that is the most unrealistic track Gran Turismo's ever made. Like, it's more unrealistic than, like, Deep Forest and Trial Mountain. I mean, and then Deep Forest and Trial Mountain, there's corners on those tracks that literally, if you crash, you, like, fall off a cliff. And Cape Ring's more unrealistic than that. Mainly because there's also multiple corners there where if you crash, you fall off a cliff. And a 360, but, you know, that's besides the point. There's one complex where there's, like, 4, like, they're not sharp corners, but they're, like, consecutive, like, left-handers, or in, like, the other direction, they're right-handers. That's really the only, like, good section in that track. It's by, like, the second finish line. Special Stage 7, yeah, that was pretty realistic, but very boring. I mean, it was just a highway. Alright, buddy. I should have pit last lap. I forgot. Alright, bud, give me room. Tires are dead. Stayed at a lap too long. Not hitting the pit wall this time. Okay, you hate Alsace. At least that's good. Yeah, Autumn Ring wasn't bad. I liked the Mini a lot better. It was a more interesting track, especially for like slower cars. But Autumn Ring Full was alright. There were some parts that I didn't particularly like, but it was decent. I really liked the first corner of Autumn Ring. Like the starting straight just felt different. It felt nice. I don't know. I hit the curb. Flew. Yeah, I really hope NASCAR will return. I don't know though, because they have, it's not really clear what the license like rules are, but they have a license with the game company already. So I don't know if Polyphony can get the license, like rights for it, because I don't think it's an exclusive license, but who knows. I hope it can be in GT7 though, because honestly Gran Turismo 5 and 6 were the most realistic NASCAR representations on console, and it wasn't even a full NASCAR game. So I don't know. I hope they can return. I hope Gran Turismo 7 has like full racing series, like it has like the full Super GT list and all its cars, and you can do like a Super GT season and like have a NASCAR season with all its cars and drivers and all the tracks, and have a full season of that. Like I really hope it's, I mean, I like the original formula where you start low, you get money, you win races, get more money, upgrade your cars, buy new cars and whatnot. But I also like where full series can be played. Like if you want to be, I don't know, like a Formula E test driver and then race in Formula 3. Or like race in Formula 3 and also race in Super GT. Or Super GT and Super Formula, you know? I think that would be really cool, but I don't think Polyphony would do that, sadly. Even though they have FIA rights and stuff. Yeah, NASCAR 15 was good, but it just didn't have a vibe. I don't know. I think it would be cool to be able to take like Super GT cars to like the Charlotte Roval NASCAR track. I think that'd be really cool. Race Formula 1 cars at Bristol. That'd be hilarious. I mean, it'd be more realistic than like Vision Gran Turismo cars and on capering. Yeah, one track I really hope comes in GT7 is just Charlotte. Mainly because A, it has an oval, and B, it has the Roval, which is like a road, half road course, half oval, almost like Daytona. But the Charlotte Roval is just an insanely difficult and very interesting track that I think would be really fun to have in a Gran Turismo game. Because right now the only game that has it is iRacing. So, and maybe like an Assetto Corsa mod, but I don't know. That doesn't really count in my opinion. Having a sausage. Awesome. Yeah, the event section from GT5 and have different motorsport. Yeah, because I didn't even know like rally racing was even a thing until GT5 really. Yeah, and the Roval really flows well. It's a really fun track. Martinsville. Dude, Martinsville is my all-time favorite track ever. I love Martinsville. I can't imagine it in a GT lobby, but that would be really fun to have. How's your sausage, Def Son? Oh, I got a rally car from that. Interesting. Let's see, does this car have turbo? Can I just take this straight into here? I can. Yeah, they had the WRC license. And I didn't even know that like WRC was a thing until GT5. I mean, I knew there were rally cars in this game, but in my opinion, I thought they were just fake. Like, I didn't even know they were real. I mean, really all I knew as a kid was like NASCAR and Formula 1 and IndyCar. I didn't really know anything else. Gran Turismo 3 is really the first game I like understood, because I had GT1 and 2, but I was too young to even like understand. But like Gran Turismo 3, I was like, oh, there's like Japanese race cars in the JGTC, and they were like really cool. And Gran Turismo taught me about like most like Japanese cars, like the Skyline and the Supra and stuff that I didn't even know were like cars until like I played these games, because you never see them out here in America. And I think it would be cool, at least, I mean, kids these days don't really care for racing, which is kind of sad, but for those who are, it'd be really cool to introduce them to new motorsports, either new to the franchise or new to them, by having things like that in the new Gran Turismo that comes out. Gotta try to get motorsports in mainstream again. With this quarantine and the way IndyCar, NASCAR, and I think even Formula 1 are doing some of their events online on simulators and stuff, it's kind of bringing it a bit more mainstream to younger audiences, but who knows. Yeah, see, like, games really get you interested into racing. If you pick up a game and you're like, oh wow, I've never like knew some of these things existed. So it's still important, but there's really nothing nowadays that gets you interested in it. I mean, like Gran Turismo and Forza now are just like, okay, here's a bunch of cars and here's a bunch of tracks, just race them. They're not really about like the series. I mean, yeah, NASCAR has their game series, it really sucks, and Formula 1 has their series, I've never played it. But, I mean, besides that, there's really nothing. Gran Turismo was the thing that would introduce you to JGTC, Super GT, Rallycross. I mean, I know Dirt Rally is a game, but it's not mainstream like Gran Turismo. And Gran Turismo would kind of introduce you to those things, especially with Gran Turismo 5, how they had the special events section. But, like in GT Sport, they're like, okay, here's an update, here's 3 Super GT cars. We'll just put it in Group 2 and drive it. That's really all it is. Yeah, Forza's really corporate. I never liked Forza to begin with, but that's mainly because I never really liked Xbox, and I was a Gran Turismo fanboy. But yeah, Forza's really corporate, especially with their like DLC packs. It's like, okay, we're gonna put 1 good car and 3 trash cars in here, so we can charge you this X amount of money for this DLC pack where you'll just use 1 of the 4 cars or something like that. And I don't like that at all. I like how Gran Turismo keeps their stuff free. At least they have been. I think that's really good. I think that Gran Turismo could do some paid DLC things that don't affect gameplay, like custom menus. Like, I would pay $10, $15 to have a Gran Turismo 3 menu on GT Sport. Like, I just straight up would. And that wouldn't take that much effort. Just have a UI designer or two. Rip the music that you own, because all the menu music in the GTs they own, and just redesign the menus to fit in GT Sport. I would pay for that. And that doesn't change gameplay except for what you see. Oops. See, if you start making a game over $60, unless it's like a special edition, which I'm all down for, but if you make a base game more than $60 at release, I feel like it would be hit with more backlash. Even though I feel like games should be more expensive, because I mean they've been $60 for as long as I can remember, and with inflation, I mean prices for almost everything up has gotten higher for like almost anything you can even imagine. But video games are still $60. I think they should be about 100 for like high-end releases like Gran Turismo's and like Call of Duties and stuff. I don't know, but I guess the main reason they're still $60 is because they milk out all their money with microtransactions. I'm talking about other developers, which is kind of crummy, but I don't know. They're like, yeah, but we're not going to change the price of the game, but like we're going to kind of make you pay for like a bunch of stuff. And I really hate the idea of like, oh yeah, here's like a certain amount of like X coins you can buy. It's like, okay, pay $19.99 to get 200 coins, and then use these coins to buy something in game. I hate how you have to use money to buy coins and then use coins to buy something in game. That because it's unless like you really look into it and be like, oh, this amount of coins is this amount of money. It kind of separates your vision of like, oh, I'm actually paying like $7 for like a basketball jersey in a basketball game. If you think about it, if they kind of hide it behind like, okay, pay this amount of coins for this jersey, but this amount of coins costs this amount of money, it kind of blurs the line of like you realizing what you're paying for. It's like that in Minecraft too. I don't know, in Minecraft they have like Minecraft points or something, and you have to pay X amount of Minecraft points to get a texture pack. But then if you really look at it, you're like, wait, why don't I just pay money for the texture pack instead of buying coins for a texture pack? It's just so corporations can kind of blur your view of what you're paying for. And I really hate that tactic. And another thing I really hate is loot boxes, because in my opinion that's gambling, and gambling is illegal in many places, but for some reason it's allowed and sometimes even encouraged in some video games, to the point where you don't even know what the odds are, like unless you look into the code, and who knows even if that's truthful. You don't know what your odds are for getting certain items in the game, and you're paying for it for a chance to get something, and that's gambling. And it never was in video games until certain games incorporated it, and now almost everything has it, and I hate that. Yeah, $100 for a game every year is absurd. But for like GT, where they're like 4, 5, 6 years in between, I would pay $100 for it. I know some people would get kind of mad, but yeah, Fortnite. It's free, so you get the game, and it's widespread. Fortnite's free, so you get the game, and it's more widespread to a wider audience, mostly children. And then they see, oh, this guy has this cool gun or this cool skin, I want that, and then you end up paying money for it. But since it's free, more people have access to it, and then they're now paying that more money instead of hiding it behind the $60 entry fee. Because to me, I feel like I wouldn't, but a lot of people, they're like, okay, if I have a free game, I didn't pay for it, I'm going to spend money on like getting something to look cool instead of like, oh, I had to pay $60. I already paid quite a lot of money for it. I'm not going to spend that much money. That's like the Fortnite philosophy there. And then what they get is they start releasing more and more stuff and more exclusive things to the point where, oh, if I want to stay cool, I have to have this thing, and you end up spending way more than $60 on it than if it was to where $60 was free. Lester's here? Oh, you mean children. Yep. Yeah, loot boxes in games towards children is definitely predatory. And even in games for adults, like, I don't know, like FIFA. I mean, some kids play FIFA, but it's mostly for, like, audience like our age. It's still, it's gambling, and it shouldn't be allowed. It's definitely a predatory tactic. Because you're like, oh, I have this amount of things. If I just spin the wheel once, maybe I'll get it. And then you spin the wheel once, you don't get it. And you're okay, maybe another time, you don't get it. All right, last time, and you don't get it. You're like, but I really want this thing, and I've spent already 3 spins on it. Now I have to get it because I kind of wasted those 3 spins. So then you end up spending more and more money on it. I hate loot boxes and like prize wheels and stuff like that. That cost money. Like the prize wheels in GT3, like this, in like GT Sport. Even though they seem kind of rigged, it's fine because you're not paying money for it, obviously. You're just paying your 2 hours of time to do an endurance race to get an F1 car that I still haven't gotten, but, you know, that's another topic. Yeah, paid texture packs are stupid. And I hate, since Microsoft acquired Minecraft, they've pretty much made Java Edition like almost obsolete. I mean, it still exists, but I mean, they've phased out all the old like Mojang editions of the console, and they're all on Bedrock Edition now, which is the Microsoft like Monopoly version of the game, you know. And everything is paywall. And it's, meanwhile in Java Edition everything is community created and free. But now everything in Bedrock Edition is behind the paywall, and I don't like that. And they're kind of trying their best to make the Java Edition obsolete, so everyone switches to Bedrock, and it has everything behind the paywall, and I don't like that, like, at all. It's just like, I saw on Twitter the other day, a NASCAR team, their number is 95, and last year they wanted, for one of the races, to have a Lightning McQueen paint scheme. So they went to Disney saying, hey, can we, like, run a Lightning McQueen paint scheme on our car? And Disney was like, no, you have to pay us to run our paint scheme and advertise our movie on your car. You have to pay us. And it's like, why are you being, like, so greedy? It's advertisement for one of your movies. Why are you asking for money for that? And it's just things like that, to where it's like, oh, I have rights for this, I have rights for that, therefore you must pay me for that. And I saw this morning where Call of Duty had a lawsuit with Hummer because they have Hummers in their game, the Humvees in their game, and Call of Duty won a lawsuit against Hummer to where they can use the likeness of the Hummer without having to pay for a license. And I think that's going to change, like, licensing in games almost forever now. Welcome back, Chicane. Yeah, having options is a good thing as long as it's not shoved down the player's throat. Yeah, but the thing is, now options are getting shoved down players' throats. And with online, everyone else has these customizations that are quote-unquote cool. And if you don't have it, you're not cool anymore. And then they're hiding all these quote-unquote cool things behind paywalls to the point where kids are completely overspending for these items. Yeah, when you have to pay money to make Delmar look hot. Yeah. McDowell? No, it's well, last year it was Di Benedetto, and now it's Bell. But they were asking for it last year to run with Di Benedetto in the 95 car. Yeah, Disney's... I despise Disney as a corporation. Especially now that they're like buying out everything just so they can have a monopoly. Yeah, the GT Planet article. I don't know, if you guys haven't seen that, go to GT Planet's Twitter or their front page or something and read the article about Call of Duty, because I think that's going to be huge. It might be bad, not really bad for Gran Turismo, but it might be able to, if they want to keep good relations with manufacturers, they would still pay for the licensing, but they might be able to bargain down the prices for them. Because now they can go to Spa and be like, hey, we can take Spa and put it in our game and not have to pay you, but like kind of change up little bits of things of your track and just not have to pay you for it. Or we can pay you, have the track in exact replica, but we're not going to pay as much as you want. And I think that might be a good thing eventually, because then they can allocate that budget to other things that they want to do with their game. Because before, licensing was all in the power of who held the license for certain things, and developers had to buy the license to use a certain car or track or something in terms of Gran Turismo. But now that you can say, oh, I'm adding this car to my quote-unquote art for quote-unquote, I forget what the term they used. It was like artistic realism or something like that. To the point, because like Call of Duty was using like the likeness of a Humvee from like wars and stuff, but didn't get permission or pay Hummer. But they were able to go to court and say, hey, we used the likeness of the Hummer for artistic realism of our game, and it passed, and that's a legal excuse now. So who knows how that's going to change licensing in games, because now the developers have a bit more leeway than just having to bow down to people who own licenses for things, and I think that's a really good thing. I don't know, what do you guys think about that? I think it's a good thing. It might kind of tarnish some relationships between the license holders and the developers, but I mean, hey, like, if you want my money for your track, I'm willing to pay you for it, but I'm not going to pay as much. You know, that's kind of how I feel. It could go down, especially with the debacle of Spa, and like Spa being a thorn in Polyphony's back for months. Because Spa for GT Sport was ready at launch, but the owners of Spa was like, no, you have to pay this absurd amount of money to get it in your game. And Polyphony was like, I don't know. But I guess they eventually gave in. Yeah, Spa was in Gran Turismo 5's code since launch. And obviously it wasn't added until really late into the Gran Turismo 5's life cycle as paid DLC. That's probably a licensing issue with Spa and Polyphony. And then it was ready out, and it was in GT6 since launch, but that's because they already bought the license for it. And then it was ready for GT Sport at launch, and obviously wasn't added until about, what, 6 or 7 months ago? So, I don't know, Spa, I've heard Spa and Suzuka are the hardest tracks to deal with in terms of licensing. And that's why Project Cars doesn't have Suzuka. They have a knockoff version. But I guess now if Project Cars really wanted to, they can just go and take their knockoff version and just convert it to look exactly like Spa and just say, hey, it's creative realism or artistic realism. Also, my tires died really hard on this track, faster than the other tracks, and it's a 15-lap race. Yikes. I'm gonna pit here and then read your guys' comments, catch up. It's kind of hard to read comments on this track. Straightaways are a little short. Yeah, if license costs are less expensive, they can definitely put budget into other content. Oh, it's exactly 1 year after the launch. Yeah. I've never played or seen R Factor. I didn't know that they have a knockoff Daytona in there. But I mean, I think now, like, they don't even have to do like what you're saying with Jacksonville and Daytona and like, I forget what it's called in Project Cars. It's like, but like there's their version of Suzuka, or like the way Polyphony did Monaco with Côte d'Azur. I think they can just, I mean, I'm not really too sure on it. I'm not a like lawyer or like legal expert, but I'm pretty sure they can just take the exact thing of the track and whatnot, but just have a different name. Like if Polyphony is like, hey, I want the new, I don't know, I want the new Ford GT in my game, but I don't want to pay you for it. I guess they can just like model the Ford GT and just not have Ford badging on it, or not call it a Ford, and it'll be okay. Almost like what they did with the Lotus 97T, and they just named it the F1500. That might have already like been kind of in effect. Also with like the Formula Gran Turismos. So it'd be something similar to that. So it's like, hey, I'm gonna like model Bristol, but not call it Bristol, and just have it like that. Yeah, COD and racing games are very different, but I mean, it's almost to the point where like, how much can you blur the line of that rule? How much gray area can you exploit or get away with? Or how much they'll allow? I mean, who knows how much they'll allow in different types of games. Yeah, I think the Japanese tracks are definitely making the Japanese... I mean, it's just kind of like bias and favoritism. Because obviously Suzuka has been a big thing in Gran Turismo since Gran Turismo 4. And it's been in every Gran Turismo since. And even twice in GT6. They even remodeled it in GT6. But then in most other games, you don't really see Suzuka. Because they're really hard to deal with. Like Project Cars doesn't have it. I think iRacing has it. I think. But yeah, like most other games, they have troubles with Suzuka. Like I don't think Suzuka was in Forza. I don't even know if it is in Forza yet. It might be. I think it was added really late into Forza. Because I've played Forza 4 and I don't remember Suzuka being in it, but I'm not sure. Oh, that guy cut me off. Yeah, like in GTA, like GTA 5, you know, like certain cars are modeled after real life cars, but it just doesn't feel the same. But I think this ruling is would allow developers to make the cars even more realistic, just not have the actual badges. Like if you wanted to make, I don't know, I'm not a legal expert, but I feel it allows more freedom. Because the thing was, they were using the likeness of the Humvee and the Hummer badges on the cars. And Hummer was suing them over the badges, not really the likeness. But the ruling stated that both the license and the badges were allowed due to quote-unquote artistic realism. So they were able to use Hummer badges and not get in trouble. So I don't really know how that would translate to like a racing game. To the point where they're like, oh, I can add any car I want and even possibly include the badges and even the names and whatnot due to realism. Oh, it has been in every Forza since the second. Oh, but not 5 or 6. Huh. Yeah, I don't see why tracks like Suzuka or Spa would be a pain to deal with for adding their tracks in. Because you want people to know about your tracks. I mean, and like see how fun they are to drive and whatnot and race on them. And even if they want to come to your track and do like a track day, have practice around it, you know? I mean, really the only downside I could see to it is like, oh, why would I go and drive the real thing when I can just drive it on this game? But like, then again, I think that's kind of a silly excuse, because now that I've driven Spa, I mean, I only knew about Spa because of Gran Turismo 5. I never really watched Formula 1 until like this season, last season. And even then I didn't really watch it that much, but I didn't know Spa was a track until it was added into Gran Turismo 5. And I'm like, wow, this is an amazing track. I love Spa. And I would have never known about it. And now one of my dreams is to be able to do a track day on it. And I would have never known about it if it was never in GT5 and GT6 and now Sport. Because I had never watched Formula 1 until really recently. And like, I know Apricot Hill's not like a real track, but like if I ever were to miraculously win a lottery or something like that, I would want to build a track exactly like Apricot Hill in real life, you know? So even tracks that aren't real and are in video games get good exposure too. Because I would definitely want to build this track in real life if I had infinite amount of money. Oh, you went to Germany and were close to Spa but didn't go? Dang, dude. Dang. I messed up because I was reading. But yeah, that would have been awesome to have gone to Spa. One track I'm surprised that's not in GT Sport is Silverstone, because that's like a really popular FIA sanctioned track. I mean, it's in multiple FIA series run there. And I mean, obviously it wasn't in GT till 6, but that's where GT Academy took place. Like, I feel like Gran Turismo has strong ties to Silverstone, but it's not even in GT Sport after almost 3 years, which to me is crazy. Yeah, it's probably licensed, but Wow, that guy was way off track. Come on, man. Yeah, Motegi, I mean, it's not as popular of a track, but I really would have liked to have it because, in my opinion, Motegi is a really interesting track as well as the oval along with it. Yeah. Is the oval still in bad condition? Are they even gonna upkeep it anymore? Because if not, then that's kind of sad. Because that was a fun track. Yeah, Monaco, but Monaco in itself is just a nightmare, and because it's a city street owned by a country. Again, like all the city streets are open property to developers to scan like that. But when you scan it for your game, it's not in the same conditions or layout or whatnot as it would be on a race weekend. And under race weekend, I'm sure it's under different like terms of licensing. That's why Monaco and like GT has always been like the street layout and not really a realistic race layout for it. I mean, that's why like Seattle and Route 246 and Madrid and Rome and all these other street tracks exist, is because they're public domain. They can scan the streets and then kind of like, you know, create walls and rumble strips around where they want. They don't have to get licensing for the city circuits. So they're just not even bothering to fix the oval. They're just gonna use it as a parking lot. But what series race at Motegi? Isn't it just like Super GT and like maybe Super Formula? I don't really know many Japanese or even other series that go there besides those two. I don't even know if Super Formula goes there. MotoGP. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I've seen videos of that before. But no one's really used the oval in years. I mean, NASCAR did once, like 20 something years ago, but since then, I mean, what series would have used the oval? Maybe that's why they're not really bothering with it anymore, which kind of sucks. Super Tycoon, I don't even know what that is. Well, yeah. Well, JGTC is Super GT now, and they still race there, so. Alright, what am I gonna get? Probably something stupid, like always. Oh, right. Yeah, that's where Danica got her win. Also, I get a rough. That's it, really. Yeah, Danica got her win there. Super Taiku is Japanese GT3. Oh, that seems interesting. Do they run like similar like GT3 specs, like GT300 and Super GT specs? And is it only Japanese cars, or like German cars and other ones allowed too? I've never heard of that series. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Dang. Yeah, I got a rough. Wait, let's see. What series should I do next? I'm going to do one more, and then I'll be done for the day. A 3-race series. Alright. I'm going to do this one. Skyline series. That oil is gross. Yeah, I wish they would upkeep the oval. I wish NASCAR would go there, like one race a year, maybe for like the All-Star race or something. I don't know. I think it would be cool, but I guess it's not ever gonna happen. All right, we're getting in this bad boy. Okay, so it's like Pirelli World Challenge. Yeah, Ruff had kind of gave us Porsches. That's true. Buy a little bit harder tires because I don't really want to deal with them. I think it'd be cool to see like GT3 cars running around an oval. Or maybe like a Roval. I mean, we kind of do with Daytona, but like, I don't know, Daytona just is like different to me. I feel like the Charlotte Roval is like a vastly different track than the Daytona Roval. Oh, we gotta do Special Stage 11? I'm gonna do that first, just to get it over with. They raced the Vegas Oval? Dang, I need to watch that. That sounds fun. Yeah, I hope GT7 brings back a little car brand. Like Tommy Carrara, like that's a cool car brand in my opinion. Oh, they used a Las Vegas Roval? That's interesting. Oh, I'm racing road cars. See, I don't understand. In the professional league, it's the hardest league besides the endurance event. Why am I still racing road cars when you should be expected to have race cars at this point? Also, that one sucks. Oh, it's reverse. Okay, just shove me out. Okay. Yeah, 922 horsepower. Yeah, they're tuned up, but still, I'm gonna destroy them. Even though I despise this track, and the AI are incredibly good at this track too. Like, the AI on this track are insane compared to like other tracks. It doesn't help that I suck at this track too. Oh, come on. Probably should have put less horsepower because it just spins its wheels out of corners. It brakes really good though. See, I barely know this track in forward version. In reverse, I really don't know it. I'm always looking up at the map because I don't know what's coming next. Just because I hate this track and I never drive it ever. Don't judge my driving on this race. Actually, don't really judge my driving at all because I'm always reading chat. You love this track? I hate it. This track could never exist and I wouldn't bat an eye. I hope I get the Calsonic car from this prize wheel. It'd be pretty cool. Because I have the Loctite one, but the Calsonic one is my favorite. Oh, didn't know that corner was coming up. Nope, I'm dreading that. I'm probably going to save that one for last. I do not want to do that race ever in my life, but I'm going to have to in order to 100% this game. The only endurances I've done so far are the Super Speedway, and I recently did Trial Mountain on stream. And both of them, I got crap cars instead of the F1 from the prize wheel. So, not fun. I thought that was a hairpin. I need to look up at the map more. Yeah, I do. I really miss these old GT games. Yeah, it will be the finale because I want to do everything before that. Mainly because I don't want to do that. I also want to have an F1 car going into that. I don't know if it'll even be allowed by the restrictions, but if it is, I just want to get done with that the easiest way possible. The next one I'm planning on doing is either going to be Grand Valley Endurance or there was another one. I think it was Laguna Seca. I wish you can redo the endurance races multiple times in this game and get the other prize cars. Because like every prize wheel there's 4 and you get 1, obviously. But I wish if you went back into the second time there'd be 3 cars on the prize wheel. And then, you know, 2 and 1. So you can get all 4, but you have to do the race 4 times, you know, to get all 4 cars. It kind of would have added more to the game. Plus, allow you to actually get the F1 cars. without having to chance it after a long endurance race. Yeah, I think it would be cool. Oh, that's not a hairpin. It looks like a hairpin coming straight at the corner, but it's not. I mean, it'd be tedious to do each endurance race 4 times, but if you really want to 100% the game and have every car in the game and whatnot, I think every event that has like a 4-car prize wheel, if you do them all 4 times or something like that, you know, then get them. I think it just would have extended the game and allowed people to who actually wanted to get everything to have the chance to do that. Because it's always been my dream to have every car in the game, but then I realized, oh wait, you can't because some of the prize wheels are a 1 in 4 chance. So I think I got a Clio from it, but the Speedway Endurance when I did that, but I didn't do it on stream, and I did it like 3 years ago, so I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was a Clio. And then I did the Trial Mountain one and got an S2000. This car just... It's wheel spin, wheel spin, wheel spin. I even turned down the sensitivities on the LSD and it still is insane. Okay, this is not a hairpin. There we go. I have to tell myself that. Yeah, the Clio V6. I'm pretty sure that's what I got. I'll look at my garage list after this race and see, because I'm pretty sure. Because I definitely would not have bought that. And if it's not a prize car for any other race, and I have it, then obviously that's what I got. If I remember correctly, that's what I got. And then I did the Vitz Cup on Professional League last stream. And that cup took like an hour or something because it's like 5 races in this slow Vitz. And the prize wheel comes up and there's like 3 really good looking, it looked like an Opel Astra and another, I think the JGTC Supra and a normal Supra, I think. And then it gives me, you know, a Vitz when I already have 3. I mean, I'm not surprised I got a Vitz as a prize car from a Vitz Cup, but I mean, the other 3 cars were there and I didn't get them. And then I get the worst car from the Trial Mountain Endurance prize wheel as well. At this point, if I see a prize wheel, I look for the worst car and that's what I'm going to get. I don't understand how people like this track. Can you enlighten me on like the secrets of it or something? Like, is there something I'm supposed to like? I don't understand. No, it definitely was not a GTLM. It was just the normal Vitz. Yeah, bad taste, I guess. I mean, if you say so. Whoa, the Gran Turismo boards up there are reversed. Wait, and this way they don't even show up. What? That's crazy. Developer missed that, I guess. Bad game, 1 out of 10. The boards are reversed. And then if you look in the mirror, they don't exist. Bad game. I hate this track so much. Never really understood what that bridge is for. It doesn't look like there's a road up there. It's just a bridge. Yeah, the scenery is really cool on this track, but the track itself is just awful, in my opinion. Yeah, don't get me wrong, the scenery is really cool. But track isn't. I mean, this track might be next to stage 7. Who knows? There's some like wild conspiracy theories on GT Planet that like all like 5, 7, and 11 are all like connected somehow, that you can't really like see it, but like really close, they all lay next to each other. I don't know. There's conspiracy theories. The forwards layout, it's better than the reverse, but I don't like it either. Like this chicane, it's like they took the stage 5 chicane and just made it worse. And then like every corner is like a hairpin. I like hairpins, but like these hairpins just, no, I don't. And in this section right here, like this like long corner, don't like it. I never really understood why there's grandstands here. It's a city track. It's kind of funny. There's like a lifeguard tower up there. Yeah, you definitely can drift with this car if you turn off the aids I'm using. I don't understand how people can drive this game without the aids, like, because you don't have that much freedom with the controller, or like even like the input of the game. Like it's not like GT Sport, in my it's not as streamlined and easy to drive without them. It's possible, but like I don't know how people can do it fast. If anyone, like, I'm glad this track didn't exist in GT5 and 6, because when I did online races there, I would do a lot of like 1v1 call out like type of things. And if anyone would ever call me out on this track in that game, if it existed, I would lose. Like, no chance. Wow. Guess last place really didn't want to be lapped. Oh, you should totally find the PS2. Or emulate it, I guess. I'm not a big fan of emulating things, but... Are you serious, dude? And he's still ahead. Dang it! I tried getting him in the pit wall. Jerk. Alright, so next stream, I don't know if I should do another endurance event or if I should do some of like the 10 race championships, because that's pretty much all I have left now. Or should I try to get all gold on the license tests? I feel like that I should do that, because I did all these license tests probably 8 years ago, and they're all like bronze. Just because I wanted to get the license to move on to the game. Because I want to get all gold and 100% completion by like the end of summer, most likely. So, got a bunch of license tests I still need the gold, and then like 8 endurance events, and probably like 8 10 race championships still. Yeah, emulation. Yeah, emulation is not bad. I'm just not a big fan of it. Mainly because I don't like the, because you have to like use like different controllers and like use different, different like softwares to like to even be able to use your controllers and stuff. I just don't like it. I'd rather use real hardware, even if emulation looks better like on screen. Don't really care for it that much. I'm looking at getting, in Japan, they sold, I think it was with Gran Turismo 4, a white PS4 with Gran Turismo 4 Prologue, I think, bundle. I really want to get that, so I can start playing some of my Japanese games. Because I don't really want to emulate them. I mean, I have before, but I can't really drive on it because I'm using a PS4 controller, and like, the translation from PS4 using a software to use it on PC to a PS2 game, just, it's either way too sensitive or not enough dead zone, or like just, it feels weird and I don't like it. So I just want to get real hardware for it. And plus, with my collection of Gran Turismo stuff, having a Gran Turismo white PS4 would be really cool. Or PS2, I mean, would be cool. And then it would allow me to play those games, so. Like all my Gran Turismo concepts I got, I can't play them because I only have a US console, not a Japanese console. But getting that one would allow me to play them. And then I might just get like a PAL cheapy used one just so I can play PAL versions if I really wanted to. Unless there's a PAL Gran Turismo version I haven't been aware of. Alright, this misery track is over. 2 more to go, and then I'll be done for the day. Alright, yeah. Good seeing you. Thanks for stopping by. I was running consistent laps. Not really fast ones, but they were consistent in the 153s. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like I was saying before in past streams, it'd be cool if Gran Turismo released a game on the phone, like specifically for the phone, not like an emulator or something. Where it would kind of be like Gran Turismo PSP, but like on your phone, like a standalone game. I think that'd be really cool. All right, let's see if I have a Clio. Clio is Renault, right? This is a road car. Yeah. I have 2 of these. That's the one I just won. Dang, so it gave me a duplicate car. Yeah, I don't think I have a Clio. Yeah, I don't. So I don't know what I got from that endurance race. Maybe it was the Xara. I don't know. I can't recall. Oh, we're about to be on day 365. Oh, you're gonna head out? Alright, yeah, it's kind of late for you. We're on day 364, so this is gonna be day 365. Alright, have a good day. Or good night, I guess. It's 2 a.m. for you. Alright, 2 more races. Yep, it's evening here, almost dinner time. Meanwhile, it's like past midnight for you. I think time zones are crazy. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's really late. Yep, see ya. Alright, I'm going to talk you guys through a lap guide of Tokyo Route 246 here. Just a little something to do. So you're going to go down the straight here, just flat foot all the way through. going to start the lap, cross the line. So here you're going to look at the Firestone signs up there. Brake just before the second one. Ride the outside curb, clip the apex, and extend on exit. Here you're going to brake after the 100 before the rumble strip here. Clip the apex on the left, ride the one on the right, extend out here. Here you're going to brake after the 50. And just kind of keep inside, ride this curb as long as you can, throttle out when you feel comfortable, extend all the way to the left. Cut back to the right, brake before the 50. Ride this curb. Extend on exit as far as you can all the way out to that wall. Here you're going to want to align up to the left for this fast S. You want to try to keep it flat foot. If you need to lift. Kind of mess it up through there, but that's fine. Here you want to brake before the crest. You're going to brake there. Clip the strip there, the rumble strip. Here, almost flat. A little bit of a lift if you need to. That left there and this right, you want to be flat, and then you want to brake here. Go as close to that left inside as you can. Here, brake before the 50. Extend out here, clip the first apex, extend, then clip the second apex, and keep your as much exit as you can. Exit speed for this long straightaway. Be careful there that there's a little curvature and cresting there, and then cross the line. Then that's a lap of Tokyo Route 246. Sorry if I was stuttering a bit. First time I've ever done that. Oof. If you're still in the chat, make sure to let me know you're here. Make some conversation. Gonna pit in this time. Alright, halfway through the race. I like this pit road, how it's pretty much the other side of the street on Tokyo. I don't know if any of you guys know, but there was a commercial for Gran Turismo 5 that showed on TV, obviously, where a guy pulls up to a stoplight, and the stoplight is on the front straightaway of Tokyo Route 246 in real life. Right outside of Polyphony's old office of Sony Computer Entertainment America. It's on the front straightaway, you can see it. I'll show you next time we go by there. But I found it cool that, I mean, they obviously didn't market it to be Tokyo Route 246 in the commercial, but you can, if you knew what you're looking for, you could tell that it was the track. Because obviously this track is real city streets, in case anyone didn't know that. If you went to Tokyo, you can drive this track practically in Tokyo. Alright, so coming down this straightaway, if you look straight ahead, there's going to be a building, light blue, right there. And there's a little logo on it of a diamond. That's the Sony Computer Entertainment logo. Pretty much the first building you see straight ahead on that straightaway back there. It's pretty cool. They literally modeled a track right outside of their office. Polyphony isn't in that building anymore, but for the longest time that's where they started. I think that's really cool. And then I think right here, off to the left, is an Olympic stadium for when Tokyo hosted the Olympics. I always found it interesting that there's this many trees in downtown Tokyo. Especially near a bunch of highways. I think it's really cool. Because when you think of Tokyo, you think of like highly populated, not really industrial area, but like mostly everything's like gray. But there's a bunch of trees and like even bushes, like off to my left here and about to be off to my right. Bushes lining the streets. It's interesting the way that Japan kind of does their things. It's like, yeah, it's a mostly gray city made out of concrete, but then they just have a bunch of trees lying around, and it's really cool. Alright, last lap here. And we got one more race coming up. Alright, race complete. One more race to go. Poor R32. Yikes. For some reason, Polyphony really liked to put this track in reverse towards the end of the game. For like, every time you see it, it's always reverse. Can't remember last time I played this track in forwards version. Don't do that, kids. Alright, I need to focus more. Pulled easy gaps over these road cars for sure. That corner is like between second and third gear. For some reason, the tires on this track always wear out quicker than on other tracks. This track and Apricot Hill have really bad tire wear. This hairpin has always been an interesting corner. It's almost like the Maggiore hairpin with like almost no banking, in the way that it kind of goes downhill and then you do the corner and then you go back uphill. It's just weird, like it's at like the bottom of the track. And it's a really tight hairpin. It's almost like the Maggiore hairpin in GT Sport with no banking. Well, it has a little bit, but like Maggiore has a lot. That guy's driving way too hard to be this far behind. Halfway through, last race. Cold tires, man. I always suck at that corner. I'm used to it in GT 5 and 6 where it's a more squared corner. Where you have to slow down more. When it's rounded there and you can see banking, you think, oh, I can throttle out, and then it just understeers and we go into that wall. It's really awkward. Pretty much gonna lap everyone right here. Oh, he spun out. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh! I've never seen that before. Whoa! What the? What is happening? Wow. These guys are trying 105% when they're getting lapped. I've never seen the AI spin and then another one just T-bone them. Where'd that white car go? Oh, that is a white car. Yeah, that was crazy what happened with the lap cars there. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen an AI spin in this game. I mean, I've obviously seen them all drive off track and like have tire smoke and stuff, but I mean, he like spun and then got T-boned. That was wow. You can see how much ground he lost. He's way behind the others. He was in third, so he was the second out of those yellow dots. And now he's back with another car a few seconds behind. And then the second dot out of those yellow ones kind of messed up there and pulled a gap. Because there was almost two dots there. I mean, because those two sets of cars were like right on top of each other. But now you can see the individuals. That's crazy. Alright, a few more laps. And this couple will be out the way. And then we can end the stream. Thanks everyone for staying by, watching. It's been a blast. Especially after what happened there. I mean, that was crazy. I really didn't expect that to happen. Car feels really weird right now. Feels like I've lost the front end. It's like weird. Alright, one more lap. It's 5:13 for me. 3 a.m., dude. Up late, wow. I don't know if you were here, but just a few laps ago, I think it was lap 6 or lap 7, we were coming through these corners, and then the AI just, like, wiped each other out. Like, it was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that happen in this game. But yeah, it's 5 p.m. for me right now. Oh. Alright, last lap. Awesome. Yeah, you already are at Saturday. I'm coming from the past, about to eat dinner. Have you been here the whole time, Marty, or did you just join back here? Because I've been seeing people are watching, but no one has been chatting for a while. All right, give me the Calsonic, please. Okay. Yes! Awesome. I finally get a prize car I actually want. Awesome. Alright, what else do I got? I got... just championships left, it seems. Oh, championships, and then this one. I don't really know what the best car would be for this. Probably the Rough or the Cobra. Oh, spoon? Is that what I have? I might have that one. But yeah. All the rest are championships pretty much. And those championships are really long. Okay. Yeah, I'm about to head out though. Have some dinner. I've been streaming, I think, for like 3 hours. Let's see, do I have that spoon car? No, it's not the one. I think this was allowed, right? Trying to see what I can use for that next cup for next time. Okay, this one's allowed, so looks like I'm using the Griffith next time. Ew, it's like pink. That's gross. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been a fun time. I really enjoyed this stream. Hope you guys did too. Thanks for watching.